Hey everyone, if you're watching this, you're done with the practice quiz for section 2-3 and you're looking for answers. So here we go. Number 1, a proportional relationship always includes 0, 0. That's true and can be written as y equals mx. That is true. So I would call this a true statement. Number 2, Mr. Lloyd buys 9.8 gallons of gas on a Monday for $37.04. Mr. Gaitis pulls him right behind him and buys a different amount for a different cost. What is the constant of proportionality? Okay, so that's just a division problem. We're going to go ahead and figure out, see how it says here, the cost in dollars compared to the number of gallons of gas. That's what you divide first by the second. That's the order in which you type it in. So we're going to go ahead and put dollars in first. So 37.04 divided by 9.8. And because it's a quiz check, we want to go ahead and confirm it. So 68.04. Let's write that a little bit neater. 68.04. That's Mr. Gaitis' money divided by his 18 gallons. And I'm going to grab a calculator here. Oop, thought I had a calculator. Calculator go. There we go. So let's grab a calculator and let's check this thing out. So I'm going to do 37.04 divided by 9.8. And I'm going to leave that on my screen. And I'm just going to try the other one. 68.04. I'm sorry, 68.04. 68.04 divided by 18. And these should be the same thing. And they round to be the same thing. So 37.79 is $33.78 and $3.78. So I would go ahead and say that is reasonable. And that is what I was after. So the constant of proportionality would be $3.78 for 1 gallon. All right, that would be the cost there. Number 3, a relationship with the equation blank is not proportional. It's not proportional because of this part right there. It's not proportional because of the plus 3. And what I mean by that is the ordered pair is not a solution. It's this choice right here. If I were to put 0 in here, right, 0 in this one, 2 times 0 plus 3, I'd get 0 equals 0 plus 3. That's going to be 0 equals 3, and that's not true. That's just false. So that's incorrect, and therefore that is the incorrect answer. I'll give you a heads up. I could also have phrased this a different way. This is a bonus for anyone watching the video thoroughly. If you saw something like x plus y equaled 4, that is a completely different setup than you're used to. But if you were trying to check to see if it was proportional or not, you just put the 0 for the x and the 0 for the y, and you try to find out if it works. And we would get 0 equals 4, and this would be false. So this is yet another example of something that is not proportional, right? So just test your 0, 0, and if it works, it's proportional. If it doesn't, then it isn't. Number 4 should have been highlighted. Number 4, draw a line representing a proportional relationship. Answers will, of course, vary, but proportional simply means it goes through the origin. So any line you make, maybe like this one. Oops, I kind of missed it there. Make sure it goes through the origin. It doesn't really matter how steep or not steep it is. It only matters that it goes through the origin. So any of those lines, for example, would be considered proportional. Number 5, Giant is rumored to pay $13 an hour to work. At the grocery store, fill in the table below. That sounds like a proportional relationship because there's no other starting fees or anything. So our equation is 13 times the number of hours. So 13 times the number of hours would be $39. 13 times the number of hours. I'll use my calculator for this one. 19.7 times 13. Oops, I got too much stuff going on there. 19.7 times 13 is 256.1. Or if I want to work backwards, I'm just going to divide by 13, right? That would make sense. So 83.20 divided by $13 an hour tells me I worked 6.4 hours. That's how you fill in a table. Next up, this is proportional because the pay is consistent. It is. It's $13 an hour, and 0 hours of work would mean $0. Yes, we agree with that. What is the rate of change in this question? So rate of change is otherwise known as slope. is your constant of proportionality. It looks like that was $13 an hour. So we're just going to go with 13 or $13 per hour if you want to be more precise. All right. Number 6, which of the following shows a proportional relationship? Select all that apply. And I made a hint, 0, 0 must be a solution. So that's reminding me that if I just put a 0 in the first spot and 0 in the second spot, I want that to be true. Well, 0 equals 2 times 0. 0 equals 0. So this one's proportional. 0 plus 0 equals 3. 0 equals 3. That's false. So it is not that one. Let's keep going. 2 times 0 minus 2 times 0 equals 0. Well, 2 times 0 is 0. Minus 2 times 0 is 0 equals 0. That's going to be true, so we like that one. And the last one, 0 equals 1/4 of 0 plus 3. Well, 1/4 of 0 is 0. But 0 plus 3 is not going to be 0, right? 0 equals 3 is false. So not that one. So A and C. And that's how I would do those. Hint, hint, wink, wink. That's how I would do those. And then finally, Mr. Lloyd has not done a single pull-up, but plans on completing a 30-day challenge where he follows, by the way, not done a single pull-up. That means I'm probably starting 0 days, 0 pull-ups. So hint, hint, that's proportional. Where he follows the table below, which statement best describes Mr. Lloyd's situation? It is proportional. So it is proportional. It is proportional. It's not proportional. We're going to get rid of that one because of the 0, 0 piece. And it's a silly thing. It's not proportional because doing math and pull-ups aren't the same thing. That's kind of silly. Here we go. This is proportional because he starts 0, 0 and goes up 2 pull-ups every day. And that seems like what's happening, right? It looks like if I compare this, my y divided by my x, 2 divided by 1 is the same as 4 divided by the 2 is 6 divided by 3. I'm just kind of going right down the line. These all equal 2. So every single one of those is the same. This one has to be the right answer. Let's look at letter C just in case. This is proportional because he's adding 2 pull-ups every day, and he started out with 10 pull-ups. This is simply false. I did not. So A is the correct answer. All right. I hope that practice quiz was good.